What would be fun here is some drafting. Hey, James, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, Loading Ready Run viewers, James viewers, all 147 of you. Stick around, you're here just in time. We're about to start our draft. We're going to do some Theros drafting. Great way to start the day, a nice healthy raid. And we're going to do ranked Theros. We have a lot of gold. So for those of you who don't know me, coming from James's channel, my name is Ryan Spain. I co-created the Limited Resources podcast with Marshall Sutcliffe in the late aughts, as we say, and then bailed on that crappy show to work at Wizards of the Coast for 7 years, where I was in R&D for 5, and then I worked on Magic the Gathering Arena for 2. And then I left Wizards of the Coast, and now here I am streaming part-time, weekday mornings here on this channel, Going Optimal. And our theme is optimizing our approach to the economy of free-to-play on Arena while we draft as much as we possibly can. So this is our primary free-to-play account. We have almost 28,000 gems, and the only thing we've ever spent money on in this account is the $5 welcome bundle. Everything else is grinding gold on the free-to-play stuff on Arena and our win percentage in draft, which we're going to try and flex right now. But, you know, magic is magic. We'll see how it goes. Let me drop that. And before we do get into the draft portion of our day, though, I want to thank my sponsor, Card Kingdom. CardKingdom.com is where you can go to get all of your paper magic needs taken care of. They have all the supplies, singles, and sealed product you would need to have the magic night of your life with your buddies. And they have one of the best buy lists in the industry as well. I don't know if you have a lot of piles of rares and cards sitting around that you don't know what to do with. You can ship them off to Card Kingdom, and basically sight unseen, if you do no comparison shopping, if somebody said, I'm not going to comparison shop, just give me the place to go to get the best prices for my cards to sell, I would snap say Card Kingdom. So check them out, and check them out via my affiliate link, and that lets them know you got there from here. That's always nice for me. But we're going to jump in now. I'm going to get into the draft view. We're going to spend this gold and take a look at our pack one, pick one, which is a nice mythic. Now, basically on this, so on this account, we draft for gem optimization, which is to say we're trying to win because that helps you win gems, but we also want to collection build and get rares and mythics to fill out our collection and to build up to 4x so that then further packs of the product continue to pile on gems. Perforos I've never played with before, but I assume I'm grabbing any god I see out of pack 1. I mean, it's a mythic anyway, but it's indestructible, has the usual god stuff. Other creatures we control have haste, that's solid. Oh, this is the sneak attack god, right? Yes, I played this in constructed, but I've never played it in limited. Well, I don't even know if it's good enough for limited, because I don't tend to count on my gods attacking and blocking in limited, so I really want that to evaluate them based on what's going on besides that. And 5 mana to give our creatures haste and to drop a creature out of our hand and you know do the sneak attack thing is not really worth it in limited. This is kind of a constructed build around, but as I said, on this account, we really don't pass mythics, especially pack 1, pick 1, where we don't even know what colors we are. If we were drafting purely to maximize our win percentage, I would go with, I think, the Banishing Light. Take the straight up kind of universal removal over Enraptured, which I've really been liking. One problem with Banishing Light is there is significant common instant speed and uncommon instant speed enchantment removal. And rare, I mean, there's a lot of it. Not all of it's instant speed, but you really got to be careful if don't get ambushed by the thing that you banished because your oppo has instant speed stuff. Although maybe Dreadful Apathy, I would take Banishing Light over Dreadful Apathy. This just gets rid of more stuff. Although the ability for this to make it permanent with the exile clause and get this in the graveyard in the process is no joke synergistically with the set. But I would still start with the thing that can get non-land permanent instead of just creature. But we are going to take the mythic. I'm actually going to put it right in the sideboard. This is a collection building pick, not a power level pick. This could be a collection building and power level pick. This is exactly what I was just talking about. There's a lot of instant speed enchantment in artifact destruction here. This is the ability to get a 2-for-1 is nice upside, but you'd kind of play 1 white instant destroy artifact or enchantment in this set. It's a little clunky, but the fact that you can reach out and get a bunch of stuff, I mean, this just hoses some entire decks. So yeah, we call this playable gems. This not so playable gems. This is just gems, frankly, and collection building, but this is playable gems. So let's grab it. And now I'm sad we didn't get one of those sweet removal spells in the first pack, but so be it. Daxos is a reasonable follow-up with a heavy white start here, mainly though because I don't see much else going on. This just isn't a very good pack, and given that I don't know the flavor, man, Combustinator is like making flavor jokes. He's risen. All right, is this the JFC card? Anyway, we're gonna take him because we are looking to be white here. Pegasus is okay, but I think I like taking 2s. This is maybe not necessarily a 2, though, realistically. This is only a 2-drop if you're playing 10 or 11 untapped white sources, so we'll see. But yeah, this spawn is really nice. I also like the Witness of Tomorrow, but if the bots are going to give us a chance to dip ourselves into black here, I think we should take it. Excuse me. Omen of the Forge, pretty late for an Omen of the Forge, but we also have a Karametra's Blessing, which I absolutely want 1 or 2 of if we're going to do the enchantment creature enchantment thing, which if we end up black-white, we probably are. There's Cling to Dust, which I don't mind picking up 1 of to control graveyards a little bit in this format. Lampad is a fine 2-drop. The sacrifice effect for 1 is synergistic with a lot of strategies in the set and is just a good effect to have on board. Try and Mensch could just be low, low sample size variant, so hang in there. You want the Cling here? I don't think I can come up with the Cling here. I think I would rather have the Blessing, or we just take a flyer on the Forge. It's early enough that this may be a sign. I mean, red's not great, but this is a bit signy. Let's take Blessing and really cap our white and try to stay heavy white. I think you can go Omen, but in this case, I'm going to stick to the color I'm pretty sure I want to be in here and see what else comes our way. For example, now we have green showing up, saying, what about me? I mean, you take Glory Bearers here, but it's just so average, whereas these are 2 excellent green cards. So now I think we pivot and hedge on a green card. I'm going to pull this one. Do you like the Spider or the Chimera here more? Relentless Pursuit is also nice and playable, but I'm looking at the 2 green creatures here as the places I want to go. I will follow chat to the Spider or the Chimera. You tell me. Spider is real nice. So is the Chimera. They both have escape. Chimera's is, let's wait, the escape cost is more expensive card-wise on the Chain Web. But this tends to do a more important job in the format. I haven't looked at the poll and even how it's going, but it's probably leaning Spider, and that's probably correct. I think this is just harder to replace and does a very specific job that we would really want in the deck. So I agree with chat on this one. Yeah, there's a lot of action. Well, I shouldn't say that. What have I noticed? I feel like it changes draft to draft. Sometimes I'm desperate for 2-drops. Sometimes it feels like I'm cutting 2s left and right because we have so many of them. We had Napo crush us yesterday pretty darn good with Furious Rise and the 6-mana enchantment 5/4 that allows you to sack stuff at the end of turn. So they were just, they went on a value engine rampage. Crushed us. We're going to take Nexus Wardens here, though. Continue to listen to the bots suggest that green might be a place to be. Really? Haj, I feel like this card has caused me... I've never really had it on my team. Maybe we have one time or something, and I just don't remember it that well, but I feel like I face it all the time, and it's annoying as junk. Favored, if we end up in green-blue or green-white, that is very much the Enchantment Fall color pair. I'm going to take favored here over the Flicker of Fate. We could take... I mean, we saw this Freaka spawn and only 2 green cards, so we're not locked into green yet. If we thought Enemy was a better... I mean, both of these have issues. This is, I think, a worse card than Forerunner, but if black is a better color pair, we could even take Temple Thief. You know, I think it's like Temple Thief or Forerunner, depending on where we want to hedge. I guess since Forerunner is an enchantment, and that would be part of what we're doing here with Nexus Wardens and Blessing, etc., we can take Forerunner. It's good enough, right? But it's not great. We'll take it, but it's this card has a lot of issues to be before you could consider it great. It's more I kind of have it like C minus. Like it's kind of like a C minus that sometimes in the right spot does this B minus impression that makes you love it, right? But in balance with some of the devastating blowouts I've experienced, paying 5 mana to have it destroyed by 2, like it balances out, right? Here we have Pantheon. We could take that. If we're not ramping and fixing, I don't love cards like this, but maybe it's better than Glory Bearers as a hedge here. Opens up the ability to splash something like a spawn. I think I'm going to take the altar. Neither of these just aren't impressive enough to worry about, I think, whereas the altar does enable some stuff that we couldn't do without it if it comes our way. A lot of blue. Take a Temple Thief here and continue to eye green versus black. Well, I like it when at the end of a pack we see a bunch of cards in our colors. We are not really seeing that, so I'm a little nervous, but yeah, red is wide open. So if we had taken that Omen and banked red, we might be okay, but frankly it's been open, but because of red's quality, right? It's like, yeah, a lot of red cards, but they're also kind of appropriately coming late. It's just they're all coming very late. Well, we're green-white. I hope Calyx is good. I don't even know. I have never seen this card before. Planeswalker, 4 loyalty, 2 white, 2 green, white. I haven't listened to the LR rare set review yet either. So, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal an enchantment card from among them and put that card into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom. So, top 4 looking for an enchantment in a 40-card deck says you want about 10 enchantments before that's reliable, just as a benchmark number there. -3, exile target creature or enchantment you don't control until target enchantment you control leaves the battlefield. Okay, so you turn an enchantment you control into an Oblivion Ring of sorts. That's really interesting. Okay, well, seems good enough. We're going to take this and try to pick up our enchantment count. Yeah, O-Ring Maker and Enchantment Finder. I'm in.
Petty gods and foolish mortals have unbalanced our world.
Fine start to trying to make green-white enchantments work. This is awesome. Another Daxos. Got a Nexus Wardens, a Return to Nature, an Indomitable Will. Heliod's Punishment is probably more for a little bit more of an aggro deck than I think we're heading toward. We might be pretty aggro, but with like working around Calyx and stuff, we are looking to generate a long-term advantage. So this becomes more of a control-y card advantage long game card to me, so it makes me less interested in Heliod's Punishment. We have a Daxos already. It's a bit oppressive on the mana costs. The white-white, if we're going to be a bit of an even split, is tough. So I kind of want my first Return to Nature. So I'm going to take our first piece, well, second piece, really. We do have this sweet rare. but I think it's, yeah, actually that's a good point. We do we do have a very nice one already that kind of, but I think we'll run like, I think I would main deck a return and an intervention, right? But we have a lot of picks to go before we have to pick up that return that we would main. They do kind of go late Bieber fan. They're not super late, but yeah, we could just keep our enchantment count up via... I don't want to do it with punishment, though. This is just not a card I think we want to play. I guess we could blink it. We get blink tricks, and you can blink the punishment to re-punish, but that's fancy play syndrome. What's our curve like? Maybe it's just another Nexus Wardens. All right. I don't like the Daxos pick because it's doubly oppressive in its white mana cost and that it's a legend we already have one of. But I'm with you that there's just nothing else that quite crosses the line of saying we should take it over this. Yeah, Will is fine too, but I expect I think we can wheel this. I'm actually going to keep an eye on this. This is a pick 3 Will. If this does not come around, I'm going to keep that in mind for the future because I do like this card a lot, but it's one that I want to try and pick up late. But if it's not the kind of thing that could wheel, then I want to know that. So this is something let's keep an eye on. 9, 10, 11, pick 11. We'll see if that's still there. Another Destiny Spinner. A blessing, though, for some interaction, some damage. Can we pass this Destiny Spinner, though? Oh my goodness, I think I need to pull this. Help, and there's also a Staggering Insight we could splash. I'll include that. I need chat's opinion on this one. Spinner. I bet Warbriar. I'm gonna call it War. War is for Warbriar Blessing and Insight. And I don't think anything else. Like I don't want that Karametra's Blessing right now. We would try and hopefully wheel that one. We have our first of those. I think it's probably Destiny Spinner or Warbriar. I threw Staggering Insight in because it's so powerful, but I think we're on Warbriar or Destiny here. $27 to $12 want, so kind of roughly 2 to 1 want the removal, first removal over second spinner. That's fair because these are very redundant. Like these abilities don't stack. Having 2 Destiny Spinners, the second one is a vanilla 2/3, right? And it's an enchantment creature, but beyond that, everything that this does, the first one already does. So that's a pretty good reason to get some removal in. Grove Dancer, a Triumphant Surge is a chance to get some removal in. These come so fast and furious and frequently that I'm going to take the 1 Triumphant Surge that I'm going to want to play here now, rather than these 2 whatever 2s. Here's a fascinating one too. We've got Envoy, which goes right into the aura side of this enchantment fall plan that we've got building. This doesn't need auras. It just kind of is the thing, and it protects the stuff. And Setessan Training, though, is the kind of aura we absolutely want to work with these 2 things. Yeah, that's true. This is a nice play with Calyx. Calyx finds the Alseid. How do you pronounce this? I don't know. Alseid. These are a repeat, so you think I'd know how to pronounce this by now, but I can't remember. Anyway, we'll take it though. It does. It protects the thing you turn into an O-ring, and I like it. It's also less replaceable as an uncommon. So there's a Flicker we can grab, or a Pegasus. What do we want? Flicker? I don't want the second Surge. I don't think we're playing this or this now. Thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate that. Cram. Yeah, we're also pretty. Yeah, I like the Pegasus. If we were pretty deep on 4s, I would not take the Pegasus, but we're pretty shallow on 4 actually, so Pegasus is fine here. Are we running a plummet? Are we running 2 altars? We are low enough on interaction that if we didn't come up with more, I might run a plummet. Although we do have Calyx making O-rings and Warbriar Blessing now, and the white blessing to interact there, and I'm not going to take Vault Progress here, East. There's a chance that the deck needs something like a plummet, or so I'm going to take any playable over that. Why run any? I'm just reminding us that we have it. We have no reason to do it yet. Right now, this would be a cut. Absolutely. I just like to remember that what splash tools we have available. Here's a splash tool, but we're going to take Siona and try to leverage her stuff. This is much better in the green-black deck where you're self-milling, but we'll take this. Yeah, we need some more auras for sure. Which I don't like. I mean, I also don't want to force Siona. Like, let's take good cards, and if there are enough auras at the end of it, then we'll play Siona with a leaning towards auras as getting an obvious boost from her and the other stuff we're doing, but I don't want to be silly about it. Yeah, the Nexus wheeling is nice. I'm going to take Big Dude over yet another altar. We have another one, yeah. I don't know if we run Big Dude, but it's a Big Dude that's an enchantment. Here's the Grove Dancer, came back for us. Oh, we did not see that Will, right? Yeah, thanks for remembering that, folks. So let's keep that in mind, that Indomitable Will, when you see it early, doesn't look like you can count on that wheeling, because I think we have white. White is, look, pretty reasonably open here, right? So very interesting that, like, Envoy last pick, but Indomitable Will did not wheel. Yeah, I was not expecting Return to Nature to wheel. Ouroboros's intervention is very splashable and potentially a good reason to splash. There's a Liar, though, that does colorless work of a similar nature. But this is playable gems. But if we quote playable in that we have to run the altar, which I really don't want to do. So probably just gonna, at this point, run with the Liar. And this is where, if this were pack one, pick one, I'd be all about the intervention, even on a gem front. And now we've done some gem drafting. Now let's take something that's great for the deck in the Liar instead of gem drafting here. Yeah, it's straight gems. Sometimes we do that instead. Oh, here's another good one. Another interesting pick here. We got an Omen that is likely to wheel. I think both of these Omens are going to wheel, so let's keep that in mind. If not, the Grove Dancer will. Like, Grove Dancer or one of the 2 Omens is coming back, but we are looking at Hoplite. Although we're not really doing a bunch of go wide, the Hoplite is interesting, or another Warbriar. But we were just talking about how Siona, we want to try and make work through good auras, so we're going to prioritize auras like this, absolutely. So I'm not even going to, I've been pulling some stuff, but there's some good other options here, but we want auras that are good. Hey, look, it's a good aura. Warbriar does the thing, says Panoramics much more succinctly. Well, we got double Daxos, and we can go, 10-7 white here and take a Chimera. There's another Pegasus. You can also take a Viper. I've been following on the Viper as the presence of the Mogus's enchantment go up. Yeah, we have the Chain Web as our one escape, right? Wouldn't mind getting like one more escape thing just for the value of it. But yeah, I think I like Pegasus more than the Viper here. Yeah, Mogus's favor, that's what I was talking about. And we're still low on 4s, so I think another Pegasus is fine. Yeah, Ranger, I'm with you, right? Like, you just want a couple of escape things just so that you get extra cards, because they're like card draw once you have a couple, just anything. Maybe here we just want another 2. This doesn't really do anything synergistic, though. We could take an Enchantment Fall Glory Bearers instead. I don't want another Forerunner. I'm going to maybe play this first one, but not the second. There's also this Courser to add to the white count. I think if we do that, we just go Glory Bearers. Yeah, Bearer fits in the curve. The Bearers. I don't think we're playing this. Drop that in the yard. Omen is a better splash option than Altar. At least it finds a land out of the deck and is an aura. But we're not really looking to splash anything. We can probably just cut this now and not even worry about this and take the Wayfarer question mark. I don't think we're necessarily aggro enough for the Wayfarer. And yeah, there's been a bit of an aura drought. Oh, we didn't take the no escape, or do we have a no? No escape. I'm not sure what no escape even is, or oh, isn't that? Yeah, that's from War of the Spark, right? Oh, you mean the black rare? Yeah, yeah. If we had the black rare, we'd consider that. I almost want just gem vault progress here. I don't think I'm playing this. Oh, no escape. Sorry, I had a my auto card thing saw no and escape next together and popped it up as a as an auto card. So I thought someone was talking about the card. I'll take the Wayfarer, but I don't think we're playing this. Maybe. Well, I'll leave it and we'll talk about it. Pick 8. Aura drought indeed. Really rough that we didn't find just something else. Yeah, the Omen came back and it's better than this, but no, well, no, I don't think we want 2 of these. Nah, we'll take an Omen. That's fine. Maybe play another Triumphant Surge. All right. Well, now there's a second Wayfarer. Are we actually playing Wayfarers? Is that a thing that could happen here that we're happy about? Are we doing it every turn? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 enchantments currently. I love 1 mana 2 3s. Is that what we have? I'm trying to figure out if that's what we have or not. All right, well, we'll take it. I'm not taking another Plummet. I don't think I want another Triumphant Surge, so we'll consider it. Maybe this is a deck for it. This helps the count as well. We figured this Omen was coming back. Figured the other Omen in the pack would come back. Do we want Omen or Simple Grove Dancer? This is more like up here, or really more like here. Here? There we go. We have yeah, I think I'm going to go with a cheaper option here rather than Omen. You think? Well, maybe I should pull this one. I was liking, because especially if we are going to run the Wayfarers, like going Wayfarer into Grove Dancers, pretty groovy. So there's that consideration. But I'll pull it. Do we want the Omen here or the Dancer? The irony is we might not play either, but it's still interesting to have a meaningful pick. Pack 3, pick 10. I was definitely leaning Dancer, but I'll follow chat to the Omen. All right, and this is why, because I get my Dancer anyway. All right, we got some choices now. Sick cuts incoming. Maybe totally optimal War Furnace is like figuring out building our deck before we make a pick, but it's so hard to do. Like, it doesn't give you the tools to do that, so I find it a little tough to follow through on what ostensibly might be a reasonable approach. 20 creatures, 10 non-creatures is where we're starting from. We definitely want, and we never did find the second enchantment destroyer, so I guess we're going to have to hope this intervention holds a lot of weight. If we cut one wardens, we have some flyers of our own, so I'm less interested in the wardens. Maybe even cut two. I don't even know where to start. Those pursuits got to go. Maybe a triumphant surge. If you take, I might do some AMA at the end or in the middle of the draft during a break or something. Oh yeah, let me get out of your way. Let's get to deck building. But I want to get from deck building to play, Craig. So we'll find a spot for some AMA later if you're going to be around. That's a good point. I don't love this anyway, right? I've been saying how much I don't love the Forerunners. Yeah, Sayona not doing enough either. Good call. Just 3 more measly cuts. Maybe one of these omens. As I said, feel like maybe we're going to end up cutting this stuff anyway. 17-8. We could cut both the things we were agonizing over. Or maybe one Daxos. Yeah, Envoy not doing much either. Maybe we cut Envoy and leave Grove Dancer. Yes. Doesn't seem like Tron's around. He would have said something if he were here. So I'm going to go with Mama and remember that I've got, I owe Tron one. I got to do this before I forget. Enchantments, 11. So we're on about average for Calyx. Would be nice to cut a non-enchantment for sure. Maybe even want to bring back the Omen for that reason, or the Forerunner. Maybe we do cut a Nexus Wardens for something more directly relevant. So I'm going to put these two in. Yeah, we could cut a Surge. I've been hesitant to pull this, but maybe we just go with more of the aggro. Yeah, we can cut the Wayfarers entirely. Trouble is, Envoy doesn't do much. We have Warbriar's Blessing and like full stop, right? Is there anything? Are we auraing anywhere else in our entire deck? I don't think so. So anything that's about auras is not really worth running here. Yes, because Blessing protects all of our enchantment creatures just straight up, and I like that. Like this becomes, it's an acceptable combat trick just as +2/+2 for 1, but it actually gets significantly better when we were trying to protect enchantment creatures. Maybe we cut one Wayfarer. But then what, Ryan? Then what? You think so? I was not sure about these Wayfarers. I don't feel aggro enough for it. Nah, I'm keeping favored too. I mean, we don't have great pump support, but even a 2/2 double, sometimes double strike, I think is worth it. What are you strongly disagreeing with? That we're not aggro enough? That you think we are aggro? Is that what you're saying? I don't know. We got some late game tools, and we Envoy over Dancer. Why do you want Envoy? Those of you who want Envoy, did you read it? It's a 1/2 flyer for 2. I mean, it is an enchantment creature, but the only thing it's making cheaper is the blessings. So that barely matters. So you're suggesting that this deck is so into flyers that we want a 1/2 flyer for 2? It frankly seems awful. This gets the Chimera out equally early. No, I'm double Pegasus. We could go single Pegasus, double Wayfarer. But I can't see running this Envoy. It just doesn't do anything for us, folks. I'm gonna go like this and back in. Almost there. Almost there. That's an interesting suggestion. We could go Colossus. We don't want we want more. Yeah, cutting Colossus is actually interesting. I'm into the cut Colossus plan for like a Pegasus and then going like that. And now you Envoy supporters are wanting an Envoy because it's white and not green, but it's garbage without doing the aura thing, right? Why do you want to play garbage? That's what I don't understand. I mean, let's play a Wardens if we don't want to run a second Grove Dancer. I just don't understand why. Who's East? You're saying this is fine? Or the deck is this is fine. Anybody who's saying the Envoy is fine in this deck, like it's below replacement. Can we at least agree on that? Let's start here and see what happens. What are we calling this thing? We're calling this Spinning Yarns, Spinning Lies, because we got a liar and a spinner. You think it's slightly better, Jacoman, huh? Well, we'll keep that. I'm gonna keep that in mind. Maybe like one of the things I like really respect about players like Ben Stark and stuff is and some pros is how even though they know they're among the better players in the world, they're still listening to anybody for a perspective that they're not getting, because any of us are capable of not seeing the whole picture when it comes to this game. So if I'm off on Envoy or anything, I love it when chat pushes back on me and makes me think about it. So I am going to think about Grove Dancer versus Envoy, since that was a late suggestion that a bunch of people wanted, and Envoy is doing a couple of things. I just don't like spending 2 mana on 1-powered things unless they are doing something really spectacular in the rules text, which this isn't here. So that's where I came down on it, and let's see how it plays out. Get into Battlefield.
Your friend
right.
here is only mostly.
Don't be so pessimistic, Miracle Max. We haven't even started yet. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Always love drafting with you all. Interesting choices as always. Now let's see what fruit they bear for us in wins and losses. I think we did. I mean, we should take a look. We're at least 10, 11-ish. I think we brought in... I mean, we did cut like a 6-drop enchantment, so there's that. I don't think anybody did the deck box. If somebody wants to redeem the deck box thing, we can update the deck box. All right, well, here we have 2 Grove Dancers, so there's no guarantee that this would be the... there's a 50-50 that this is our 1-2 flyer instead, though. And in this case, we'll see. But this is obvious keep. Nice opener, yeah. Sandy wants... Going optimal in the corner. Ooh. Daxos reminded me to open on plains, not on forests, in case if you have 2 plains, because then you might draw Daxos and want to play him. Yeah, so the question is, what do we want to play here? If we drop out a spinner, it's a little bit bigger in the short term. This is going to get to 2-3 or better as soon as we drop a favored on 3. So this attacks as a 2-3 effectively anyway, and it does stuff when creatures enter or leave, so we should start on Daxos. Panoramics. Donating their redemption. Spinner does play around some stuff, but I like that play there. And then let's see, Hydra's Growth. Gonna have to. So this is the total swinger, swingy. But it's weird that they put Hydra's Growth on a defender. I don't love that play. We just get to watch that forever unless they can do something to make defenders attack that I'm not thinking of in the set. But we'll drop a favored. We might want to get it out of the way just because it's annoying. Like, next turn we can play a land, drop Grove Dancer or Spinner to double strike the favored, swing in, and then blessing it to take this out. I don't know if we... it's a real question as to whether or not we care about this or not. CB Live, what's it doing? Doing for me. Reload. Looks like it's not working for me. I'm going to restart Cardboard Live, see if that fixes it. Often does. Yeah, that's a real Hydra's Growth concern, right? Yeah, let's go Spinner and swing. We can actually swing with both, Mike. If they double block Daxos, that's not even bad for us. So I think we swing with both. Maybe we're supposed to get in for 8 with Blessing while we can, but I think I'll wait until we get the rest of the stuff going on. Yeah, they could flicker it from, but that's weird too. That's like a weird use case, but I guess that's, I mean, I still don't like that. Seems like fancy play syndrome to do that, but they're all in on Hydras here. We just need to draw our rare. Got that X spell. We could take out both the wall that's an artifact and the flyer that's an enchantment and completely wreck them. Getting a good creature out of this one way or another. Yeah, I'm not surprised they took the flyer there. Yeah, we need Calyx or Heliod. The intervention would be awesome. How about intervention off the top? I just need X of 2. That's not asking for a lot. X of 2, kill 4 things. I don't like them. I mean, I think they're a fine Magic design because they excite a lot of players, but so I don't know what you mean by like. If you mean as a designer or as a drafter trying to win more than I lose. As a drafter trying to win more than I lose, I'm more comfortable with consistent plays rather than plays that can be blowouts on either side. But I don't deny the power at work here. Power is our problem here. In fact, I think, though, we are going to go with Blessing the Favored, both Blessings on the Favored, turn it into a 4/6 double striker, and take out the Envoy. And then we get in for a good attack, too, because they can't block, or else they just lose their big defender. Yeah, we can't play around. We're not playing around their defenses. If they can protect the Envoy, then we're in trouble, and that's why Blessing is a powerful card. To that extent, though, I like... Yeah, we got a Blessing first. No, but we don't need the Indestructible, although maybe it means we can't attack with it. Oh, sure, yeah, I could have done it. Yeah, no, I could have. I wasn't being creative enough in my thinking about it. I just needed to put stuff on the stack. So should have gotten Indestructible out of this, and basically that means if we attack, we're offering a oh, no, they can't kill us any... So I think yeah, they could do it. Well, let's see what they got here. All right. Well, Oppo getting rewarded for their all-in strategy here. We could still find the thing to punish them, but that hurt, obviously. No, it would be a 4/6 double strike with 3 damage on it if it had worked, and then the 8 would be able to kill it. Yeah, the bad sequencing cost me there, didn't it, Mike? Although it looks like Elspeth was going to make it pretty moot.
We can exact justice.
Not getting the cards we need. Going to start on a loss here, it looks like. I didn't help things with that sequencing, but again, kind of a free lesson in the sense that we were going to lose anyway. I didn't change the outcome of this game, and so I get a nice slap in the face reminder. But I think this is the end. That was kind of our last chance to find something relevant to affect this situation. Really frustrating to lose someone not only playing a swingy card, which are playable, but to play your swingy card on your defender is like, wow. It's kind of sick rubbins almost. Still had all these Hydra's growths that we just wasted on a defender. Still beating your face in, Ryan. GG. Yeah, that's what I meant, Timnos. That's what I mean by free lesson. When you screw up and it doesn't actually impact the outcome, that's a free lesson. I had someone in my in a video comment earlier say, "What's the deal? Why doesn't he like Hydra? Hydra's awesome." I'm, of course, putting a sarcastic voice on a comment I didn't like. Because I feel like I've explained my opinion on the Hydra pretty darn well, which is that it's a very swingy card. You run it, and what I say about it is that we've been on all 4 corners of that thing. I have lost to it. I have lost because my opponent played it. I have won because of it. I have lost because I played it. Like, all 4 of those things have happened to me so far. It's just a very swingy card. And I actually, like, it's the kind of loss that would have tilted me a little bit more had I not really kind of come into this format with a mentality of, hey, Ryan, you're going to get beaten by swingy cards in this format. Be prepared. Don't get tilted. You know, one result does not change our overall opinion on how to approach the risk reward of those cards, but we're going to have to get used to both risking winning with them and facing losses with them. It's just going to happen. That's a good way to put it, Razor. The worse your deck is, the better Hydra is. When you're, and also that's the worse player you are, the better a Hydra is, which I think is why players like me and other good players are especially offended by auras, because we feel that, like, I shouldn't have to resort to auras to win. I'm a good enough player at this game that I should be not looking to high variance cards to win. I want low variance. Like, the better you are at this game, the less variance you want, because then it's going to come out in your favor more often, right? So, but all worthy comments on that card. I'm back in here because we're going to put Calyx on the box art and go back in. I think it was a pretty bad play, Fumblebuck. I really do. Because you could have put it on there if you were starting to get overran. Maybe not awful, but I don't think it was a good play. This is awkward because we play Arachnir on 1. We can't play Daxos on 2. I think Daxos on 2 is more important. Maybe we pick off a flyer somehow with this anyway. We're going to keep an open on planes heading for Daxos, Favored, and then Pegasus. Yeah, you're not going to convince me that that's a powerful play to make. Putting Hydra's Growth on a defender. I just, no. Maybe that's just a hole in my seeing that I'll never recover. But I'm not going to do that. I'm with you on tools to protect. That's the thing. When I have played Hydra's Growth, it's because I've had my share of blessings and things to protect. I just really want to be able to protect it. Then my spiky nature can embrace the variance a little more on these cards. We have another Daxos in the deck. We could just offer this trade, and then Favored is going to have a cleaner time getting through. What do you think of that? Do we just offer Daxos here? Yeah, we could gain life and then make it clear that we're just making that offer. Yeah, we would definitely drop it. I'm just not sure we're offering the trade. And by dropping Favored, we make it clear why we are offering the trade, though, is so that we can try and get in more reliably with a double striker. Of course, they're not going to put a Moss Viper on the Favored, though, so... Yeah, maybe they'll not take it. I think they will. I think Daxos is pretty annoying. And in fact, if I didn't have a second one in the deck, I would not be 100% sure about offering this. How does Iron Scale Hydra? I'll let chat answer that for you. I can't quite look up that card right now. Well, missed on our land drop, but we do get a double play, and we get something that pumps up our double striker. So if there is anything on the damage that is prevented, that thing that's on the damage doesn't happen. So if it's death touch, if it's anything, that damage just doesn't happen. So anything associated with that damage also does not happen. I don't believe Oppo has nothing to do on 3. I bet we're going to see, like, the Green Omen here or something. Uh-huh. Does Death Touch stop trample? Do you mean if you block a trampler with a Death Toucher, does the trample damage still happen? It does. Straight through. If you have a trampling Death Toucher, let's say I have a 9/9 trample Death Toucher and you have a 5/5, if you block, you're going to take 8, because it takes 1 to kill and then 8 get to trample over. That's an example of that. Oppo is twice favored. Yikes. This can get out of hand if it gets going. We also got to watch out for something like the Black Omen, which could get the Moss Viper back and turn this into a 3/3 at instant speed. So we'll keep that in mind as we approach our turn. But thankfully we found a land. That's going to let us go Glory Bearers for the trigger. It goes shields down on Life's Bounty. In fact, I guess we could just wait. But I do want to make the double strike, so we're gonna go shields down and attack in as a 2/3 double striker. Right, the Black Omen would take the Moss Viper to hand, but it would turn the Eutropia into a 3/3. That's what I was saying. And in this case, it would still be a trade, so wouldn't be the worst. We'd trade for Eutropia. All right, good. Found another land. Unfortunately now, well, we can offer the trade again. I would again happily trade favored for Eutropia, and even if they have another enchantment in hand to, well, they would probably just tap our dude with Lionfish, so we're going to find out, I suppose, whether they've got something here or not. The pausing could be the Omen sack, so that we're getting no information from the sacrifice, or from the pausing. That's what I wanted to say there. We could let the chain web go, although we don't have a full graveyard to bring it back, so no worries about that yet. Let's just send this. Well, I'm saying it literally doesn't... Like, Scott, it doesn't matter whether it's full control or not. They've got an open... They've got a thing that's putting them in full control anyway. All right. They are making that trade. We'll take it. Nice card. Like it a lot. We're seeing why I'm a little down on the old Forerunner. Can't really attack into a 3/2 unless we're ready to give it up, or ready to give up the bounty, which we probably are. And then they come up with a 2/3 that can't block it unless they double block. So, and then we can still play the Pegasus after we sack to save. So let's do that. Would you have attacked with more, Mike? Offer the chain web or the bounty. I mean, of course, we knew we were sacking the bounty anyway. Protection from blue. That's what we're looking for. Hey, Calyx. All right, I gotta remember how to use my Calyx. So we can exile target creature and champion you don't control, and then we put him under the Forerunner. Okay, so let's try that. Oh, they got a counter? Wow, quite a memory drain, but you got it. Oh, they tapped that. So I still like our attack here. Now do we want to... Now that we've got 4 others in there, I like sending the spider. We don't have the green yet, but it's not doing anything else. And if we do this, then to take out the spider means they can't take out the Forerunner. All right, well, we're in a great spot. We just need to fade some draws here. We can even fade that, really. If this is all they've got, that is. If they come up with some more of this, we could be in trouble, but right now, still looking okay. And I'm going to stay back, though. We can chump it once with the spider. Yeah, that's why we're still okay, Pants. But if they come up with multiple plays like this, we could be under significant pressure. They're done, though. That white rectangle is a visual bug, I'm pretty sure. That's just something that looks like a bug to me. Mike, they agreed. All right, well, I think I haven't... Did I update my record at all? No, I need to clarify. We are 1-1, in fact. Nice to get on board, though. Hate starting 0-2. That's a lot of pressure. You think all Colossi should have reach? I don't think there's an historical precedent for Colossuses having reach in Magic, though. Well, no green yet, but Daybreak's going to come out early. If we can drop a favored, at least we can go favored into Daybreak with a couple lands. And we have a liar on any land on 3, so I'm going to keep this. It's a little sketchy, though, because we do really need 2 more land. They could be 2 planes and it'd be okay. Maybe I'm on the play supposed to throw this back, because that's a lot to ask percentage-wise to get to get the 2 lands in time here. Yeah, I think I've convinced myself. I think on the draw, I keep this. I think it's that close. On the draw, I'm going to keep this because we get an extra shot at finding the lands, but on the play, I think we have to send it back. It's just the chances of us finding the lands in time are too low. This looks much better. I'm going to keep it, and I'm going to throw back a plains. Going to get greedy. I do this a lot on my mulligans when I have 3 lands and 4 spells, and especially when they're all cheap spells like this. And yeah, thank you, London. 2 of the 7 cards were great to scry away. 5 of the 7 would have been really bad, and because of London, we got to choose one of the 2 of 7 instead of one of the 5 of 7 that we would have been unhappy to send back. Definitely sending no matter what. I don't think I'm blessing if they block. I love kind of actually making that bounce off block happen when I do have the combat trick in hand, because they're much less likely to play around it now, even though it doesn't necessarily mean anything. Yeah, we could war now, but I kind of like getting the liar down and selling the we don't have anything bounce off block. It might make them make worse blocks later. Small edges, not a big deal, but like now maybe they try and double block here, and we could, well, actually, if you draw a yeah, we could even consider taking them both out, but we don't really need to is the thing. I think we just tap one of them with the liar here. And now we can consider the blessing play, either one really. Either one does it, but I like saving the Karamitra's blessing as protection against their removal. So if we do it here, we'll do it via Warbriar after combat. Yeah, 2/4 does seem decent on this board, although with that other one tapped down, yeah. And 2/4 that we can make a 4/6 if we needed to. Huh, they didn't go for the sack. Maybe they have an omen here? Yeah, all right. That explains that. Also find that they're using an omen on a creature like Lampad. Not that Lampad is bad, I like the Lampad, but it is a 2-mana creature, you know, it's not some incredible action card. We're all gonna do this because we can just sit here tapping Lampads for 1, that seems fine. Could send in the bounty if we're willing to use the blessing, but again, I don't really want to use the blessing that way. Yeah, I know, I just don't want them to block. I think we're more in racing mode. To that end, yeah, I mean, I could send in the Life's Bounty. I'm going to say just the one attacker, though. I was not talking about defending and using the blessing. I meant attack, and if they block, bless. They probably don't block there, though. It's so telegraphed. Speaking of telegraphed, all right, well, apparently we should have tried to use it, but we do get to hold off one attack, I suppose. Can't block, right? You got it, Guru. Thanks for hanging out. We'll take this action now, because now we want to tap down this life linker. Hey, that's not bad, actually. We can potentially...
Some say I never heard of ya, a rap burglar.
Get him. Are you the same dude that shows up every now and again to complain about wizards and you just get new accounts or something? Can you go away? I have no need for anybody showing up just to do that. Go away. Yeah, I could have tapped Lampad, but I do want to keep the Temple Thief locked. And I'm going to say... Yeah, if we ambush with Omen, though, we need to attack to get him to do it. And then we do have to give up our life's bounty in that spot. But, like, what are we ambushing? Like, they're not going to attack into this anyway. I don't know what ambush... All y'all hoping for ambushes, I don't know how you think this is going to play out in a way that we get an ambush. I'm going to say no attacks, though. Oh, you would have let the thief untap so that you could ambush it. Got it. Well, okay, maybe I should have done that. This is worth thinking about. Uh-oh, Mirror Shield. Thanks, Magic, for hosting. They're gonna get all... hexproofy on us. We have some flyers. Looks like we're gonna have to win through the air now. We could keep the Omen in hand and go for the play suggested next turn. Yeah, it's funny. That account I just blocked was created 3 days ago. It's just somebody who keeps showing up here to complain about Wizards with a new account. I hope if they're listening, can you just go away? Like, stop wasting my time and your time, okay? All right. Anyway, I'm going to not play around. We'll just do this. And if we untap it, we're looking to tap the Lampad and or give the Thief a chance to attack into these. I guess we take the action and untap it here since we don't know what's coming up anyway. Nah, there's no way. Mensch. Not his style. We'll find our rare, and then we can kill, like, half their board. Ooh. Gotta wait till now. Now we can do it. Those of you who don't want Temple Thief to attack, why not? I mean, we could just double block it, although now they have a Hateful Eidolon, so they would get that. Yeah, I think it's fine, right? You can attack. I want the spider dead. Love is a strong word, Mensch. I appreciate his finer qualities and accept some of his failings for his net positive presence on this stream. Yeah, we're gonna tap, I guess we retap the Thief. Actually, I'll tap a Lampad. Yeah, if I hadn't overpaid, I could have done both. I wonder if we want to do it in upkeep. Nah. I should, yeah, I should, I shouldn't have overpaid, but I had the rope going. I got a little bit roped in my head there. I'm going to decline this action. I guess we just run this out. Still have the bounty to protect our stuff. And we got a flyer to at least start something. Do you all? Yeah. And I take people at their face value on the internet. Like, if someone wants to represent themselves as something they're not, that's cool. We're internet friends. You can be whoever you want to me, and I will accept you as such. Do I like this mask card? This mirror shield, you mean? Well, Pirates, I appreciate the offer, but someone locked in the Going Optimal box up there. I can give you a different slot, but I cannot betray my principles even for a sub. Yeah, I don't love it main deck because some decks aren't really trying to affect you by targeting your stuff, and in those cases it's not really doing enough. I gotta remember the death touch part though. It's like this flavor part that I completely forget about on this card. Well, we let our shields down for tapping the thief before it got hexproofed, but we still have a lot of power. And I'm gonna, let's see, we don't have a lot in the graveyard yet, but we will with the omen and everything. So that's actually okay. Yeah, Pegasus blocks it exactly. There's a lot we can do there, but I'm still gonna. Well, now I'm gonna take this action. All right, this is reasonable. But I'm going to go ahead and do the Vigilant life gain here. And let's see. Yeah, we can tap. Well, 2/4 doesn't get in, right? Because it would have kept me down to 3 cards, and I took a chance on drawing. I mean, there's a real cost to upkeep scrying. It's not like free. It uses up half your mana, and by untapping the Liar, I knew that we would have use for the mana in the between Sunmane, Pegasus, and Liar, so that even if we drew land, it wouldn't be the end of the world. So what are we tapping and why, though? Sorry, I'm playing slow. I want to speed up here. Right now we have Scry mana and Protection mana. Ooh, the one thing that our protection cannot protect from. Oh no, it does actually. Sorry, it gives you. I was thinking it would like prevent damage, but it doesn't prevent damage. It just gives protection from. So this is a case where if they go for our Pegasus, we will save it. And we're going to pass on tapping anything to go ahead and scry. I think it's more important than tapping. Daxos and Triumphant. Triumphant doesn't do anything. and might not. Looks like we're against maybe mono black, which seems like a bad triumphant color. Daxos, on the other hand... Oop, I meant to continue... I hadn't decided yet. That was a misclick. Like, I don't know if we wanted to keep Daxos, but we are. Oh, they had two? Did they just have two the whole time? Oh, that is so raw. Yeah, we might rue binning that triumphant, but I can't quite keep a narrow removal spell like that with nothing on board and no colors in sight that suggest that you should expect it either. Thank you for that sub. Appreciate that. And gonna sadly just let this go, right? Nothing we can do about it. We can start trying to get this Arachnir to die. It's pretty sweet as a 4/5. Let's tap something here. Yeah, we'll take the action. We got nothing but mana at this point. Yikes. Well, one power unblockable isn't the worst. Oh, of course they can just do that. I'm trying to get it to die, but it won't die. Die! Hold the land. We still can activate this twice, or Liar and activate once, which is probably the right play. Yeah, I won't do that again. We can gain life, but I suppose we don't need the life either. And if we're going towards milling, Mike's asking why would I activate. My feeling is because it's free sources to. Well, also, I mean, because it fuels Chain Web eventually. And just because it's on board doesn't mean we don't want fuel for it in the long run. But it may be that the chance of this going to decking is actually more important than the life anyway. So I will hold for now as we try to figure out where exactly we really are. I'm going to take this action because mana is not an issue here. Another flyer helps. What else do we have on that win con, Mike? We've got another Sunmane Pegasus, and then, but this is about it in terms of flyers. So if we don't have that out, we're looking for our rare. If we get our rare enchantment artifact destroyer, we get to get 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 important permanents from them. Bummer. I think we're kind of up against it here. I feel out of ways to win. We have one more flyer, and then the intervention might give us enough of a board advantage to push an advantage, but we're really up against it. Calyx could help a lot, yeah, for sure. I mean, I almost didn't, like, I'm picking their biggest power, but probably should pick what I don't want them to block with, but we're not going to attack, so I'm almost just doing the liar because we have it, not because it's affecting anything significantly. Daxos, we already got you. Yeah, I was looking at those before. We're beating them by 1 on deck count right now. Marshall and Luis just did a whole episode, or most of a whole episode, on the importance of black in the format and the power of black, as we're seeing from our mono black oppo here. So take black cards is a good place to start on Arena. Come on, let's draw the rare. That would be fun. We would get so much stuff from them. Yeah, Oppo really accelerated their decking with that move. Well, they were already behind in the mill race, so maybe they looked at it and figured their plan needs to be to win the game and therefore play your cards. I get that. Well, right now the X-Spell, like, we would still get there on it. I would get everything we want. But I will play out lands because we have Spinner. Good habits, Norbert. I'm sorry that the mechanics that they put in the set caused some time wasting, but we should be tapping things down. And we want the opportunity to untap something else, so we got to untap it. I mean, it's correct, right? Do we want to start sending a 4/4 land in? Because we could do 1 right now. But then we don't tap anything there. I'm going to wait till next turn. Norbert, I don't have time to argue with you about, like, using your abilities, especially because part of why I do it is that this is so freaking hard, man. It's so hard to do all this stuff. So when you have something that's free to do, there's no downside to it. You do it. And why am I untapping it? Because I wanted the choice to do something else. I don't want to leave it tapped and not have the ability to, like, tap something. You know, they might move the mirror shield. If we have the liar up on their turn, we can tap in response to moving the shield. There you go. Like, there's reasons. But one of the main reasons is I actually literally don't have the brain capacity to process all the reasons, so I need to rely on heuristics to not go mad. Okay? We're at 13 them, 20 us. There's the Gary we were expecting. Yeah, I don't think the decking plan is realistic. I think that's why Oppo is doing, you know, anybody who thinks they're like being aggressive about their deck health, well, I don't think they care. I think they're gonna, they knew they had a Gary to get to. If they have a second Gary, that explains basically everything. All right, and I'm gonna bug Norbert. Although in this case, maybe you want to tap Gary. I am declining here, though, to give us max mana now that we have stuff to do with it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Can't make 2. Exactly. That's the thing. Anyway. Well, we got to apply some pressure, right? I guess we start tossing lands at Oppo. Well, then they just don't... Well, they either chump, they take out a land. Maybe I'm just trying to keep the go wide. I was thinking I was, obviously, attacking with this, but maybe it's stupid to attack. Like, what do we accomplish by attacking? I guess if they trade anything here, I'm okay with it, though. We've got Trample. Oh. Yeah, now that I've made it, I should attack with it. We're fine with any trade. Yeah, they can't sack if they trade, and if they do sack, we get the trample damage at least. It's just that, well, it doesn't keep them off the Lampad kill, right? Because they still get to sack and drain. And the trample, it does damage to them, yes, but let's face it, this is not gonna, we're not gonna reduce them from 32 to nothing. Like, I think we are winning on decking at this point, so I should just stop attacking. Like, it didn't, that 4 didn't really matter. The trample is great if you're in a spot where the damage matters, but we're basically in a spot where the damage doesn't even matter. Yeah, we also have some room to start Grove Dancing for life. I don't know if we have enough life gain to hold out here. Certainly not against another Gary. You know, but they've got 12 cards left, and maybe there's no Garys in it, and maybe we can do this. Remora, your virtual suggests that you've done the math on all the stuff we could gain. Are you counting playing Daxos and getting life off the Daxos death and that stuff? And we have milled, yeah, self-mill. I think we want to play Daxos into Daxos so they both get both triggers, right? Or they both get at least the death trigger? I'm not sure how that works, but... Yeah, if they swing, Daxos becomes a great trade-off. But not surprised that they did not. And we do have the 19 to 12 deck health, so we can try and gain life. There we go. Bling. And I'm going to keep Gary tapped because, again, we just have more that we're using our land for now. Yeah, it seems like it's playing its 3, because it doesn't count itself going in, but then they both count the death, right? I think Fumblebuck has the math right on Daxos into Daxos math. Hey, it's our other flyer that ostensibly was something we could do to win the game. It is a life gain situation, though, so we'll do that. Let's go... Sunmane... And well, we could hold Daxos for the possible replacement Daxos. Do you think that's worth it? Yeah, Mike thinks we should hold another turn. I'm into holding. We don't have... Oh, yeah, we need that intervention. There was the black intervention we didn't take. Man, there's so many cycles of identically named cards in this set. You say a word like intervention, blessing, chimera, or whatever, and you just... it's like... Which one are you talking about? Well, run it all the way through, War Furnace. Put it through in your head. You play a Daxos into a Daxos, what happens? And then one dies, and then what happens? Yes. I think Mike now has the math right. We all should admit we're wrong when we're wrong. It helps us grow. I have trouble with that sometimes, but streaming has actually helped. There's some suggestion not to continue to spin. I'm not sure why, though. I guess one reason is that we really do want that rare, and if we mill the rare, we can't cast it. I'm gonna decline. And I'm going to continue to decline to untap the Liar because I just want the mana on our turn, even though we ended up not using it there. Well, I'm going to start here. We sure need this lifelink. Horse can't block, like, use lands to... No, I'm really only attacking because it gains us life. Like, I still don't think we're actually going to reduce them to 0. That's not how I think we could win this, so I'm not worried about that. I think we do go Bearers and lose our opportunity to spin for the turn. Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just sack the Charger, honestly, because we can bounce off the Charger with our Grove Dancer, whereas they have the Lampad that could kill it, and then they could escape it as a 5/5, and then that's some troubles. Oh yeah, sorry, Tron. Also, I acknowledged earlier, Tron, that I totally forgot your sweet basics yesterday, so I owe you one. And here's your Ice Ice Baby if it works today.
To the extreme, I rock a mic like a vandal, light up a stage and wax a chump like a candle. Dance!
And if they attack, we can throw the spider on and get the spider back. No. Hexproof prevents targeting. Well, now I'm going to take this action. We're really getting the life we want out of this Pegasus attacking, and I'm saving the land activation for defense more anyway. Yeah, we can keep up Liar to handle moving mirrors a little better. And we can play Daxos for the extra life, but I still like just saving him. I mean, we're well padded against a non-Gary finish. I mean, a second Gary, folks, and we're toast, but we can't really play around that. Remora wants to attack with the 5/5s. Maybe it just feels like at 8 cards. How we're not getting them dead before they're out of cards, especially now. But now maybe we need to make them chump stuff off. But the thing is, they chump and they still get the drain. So maybe need to Grove Dancer again now. Keep the life coming. But man, I don't want to mill that rare. It could really help us win this game if we find it. It would just not be a land anymore, though. There's no, right? I mean, this isn't the, it's not, it doesn't, the whole end of turn, make a thing, it stays, only works at a beginning of end step trigger, not an end of turn trigger. Fumblebuck, I don't know how comfortable you can possibly be when they've got 1,000,000 mana and Lampads and a, you know. Rug, you don't have to explain the concept of milling to me, but if we're gonna try and get to the end of our library, it could matter. I guess if they're gonna run out first, it doesn't matter, right? It's just re-randomizing. No, I think it is correct to mill, but we're not. That's the thing, Guru. We're not. We're planning for them to run out of cards in 8 draws and us to run out of cards in 15. So we actually have some milling we can do. I'm going to do it once. Oh, no, wait. Oh, sorry. It's going to time out on me anyway. I think it would have been fine to mill. I didn't, but it would have been fine to mill. I mean, if we mill the card we want, again, we have to have the proper mentality about it. I was avoiding milling because of thinking that we needed to potentially get to the bottom of our library, but that's not going to happen here. They get to the bottom of their library first. So really, if this is the thing, if the card we want is on top and we mill it, boo. But what if the card we want is a few cards down, and by milling we actually manage to draw it? That's where it doesn't matter. It's all the same. So given that Gary plus Temp Lampad or whatever could be devastating. But Crab, what does that even do? Like, again, let's say we make a 6/7 or whatever it is, a 6/7 trampling land. Like, then what happens? Are we winning before the... I mean, I still don't think that's a winning line. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we got nothing else to do. It does shrink a Gary. We have 2 of these because we're aggro, remember? Maybe it's time to run out the other Daxos to continue to get some life back. But let's send a land at him here. I'm down with that. We can do that. What do you mean, grow the land? Oh, because Wayfarer into Daxos, sure. We can do that. I still think they can just, like, take it and try to win through us attacking for 7. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Well, that's the idea, Scotty. Is there a reason to attack? You're asking a fundamental question. Some saying yes. I was saying no. I was keeping activations on for defense, but they do have a lot of turns. I think they're just playing to some sort of recursion for Gary. But I don't think they were good, Rocky. You can make your arguments. If you want to leave a comment on my future YouTube video and tell me exactly how I screwed this up, go for it. But I am not convinced that just because I could have attacked that it would have been the correct thing to do. Yeah, we can get Fat Spider. I mean, okay, Guru. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fair. This game is just showing how hard Magic is, right? Everybody has a million different ways they would have piloted this this game, and I certainly don't know that I'm doing it optimally, that's for sure. Decline. Yeah, we are getting some life out of their play here. Omen, not bad either for the life plan. In fact, we get it all, right? We get this into Omen. No, Omen just gains, well, it gains 4. It makes 2 for the Daxos and then 2 more on itself. Here, I'll put an upkeep stop for the Omen. Still think it's gonna... Ah! Oh, wait, I was just about to say, I still think we're just gonna lose to Gary. Whew! Well, folks... Magic is a hard game. Wow. I'm glad we won that one. That's a game that you can put 100 different Magic players in front of, and they're gonna come up with 105 different ways to play it, you know? Goodness. All right, I'm going to take a nap break. All right, I won't take a nap break. But that was epic. £30 is not into the set. Too grindy, huh? Let's see. I'm going to keep this. We have a play. Any land gives us this play. We can protect here. We have some green. I'm going to keep it. It's not great, though. This is not an amazing start by any stretch. I mean, obese, yes. Some games involve board wipes, but some games involve no board wipes, and they stall unconstructed too.
Some say I never heard of ya. A rap burglar.
Thank you, Crimpy Pepper. Appreciate that sub. 4-month streak. Nice. All right, we're in it now. Boy, do we want a forest off the top if we can call our shot. But I would take a plains too, but we really just want one of our lands. If we don't get a land, I'll probably trade the blessing for the land pad, although we have to telegraph it like crazy. This is what we were kind of looking for to win last game. We missed. We missed. I'm going to telegraph. Mike says just pass. Yeah, letting them swing and then doing it there is also a possibility, but then you're doing it into their open mana, Mike. I didn't want to... I only wanted to do the blessing play if it was a sure thing. It's not even that big of a deal to make that play, and I wasn't willing to block and blessing into open red-black mana, basically. Well, Intervention's going to get decent if we can find a couple of lands. But land, please, deck, help us out, please, please. Oh, so sad. We need some help. I made my choice though with the mulligan. It was a high risk mulligan. I mean, a high risk, medium risk, but I like the reward we had for keeping. It's not paying off here though, and now I got to decide exactly how we're going to do this. I think they know that we've got the blessing based on how they didn't block. But they don't know we have an intervention, and I think we just need to wait. Mike says that we have to try. Well, I suppose we just trade for whatever they've got, and then try to find our lands to recover with the intervention anyway. Trouble is, we're trading this enchantment creature for a token creature that's not an enchantment. But I think Mike is right that we can't just sit here and do this forever. I think we're getting blown out though. Ready for the blowout? We're just in a spot where we have to risk some blowouts because of how badly it's gone on the land front. So if this works, great. Looks like it worked. That is not killable by our intervention, so we got to go the old-fashioned way to get rid of this Hierophant, but we'll try. All right, land. And old-fashioned way is going to be starting with this Liar. See if they play us some more targets for this. That's fair, Mike. How do you just not attack into a 1/1? You got to just force those things, right? Yeah, you're right, Norbert. We had combat tricks covered because we had the indestructible clause. It was just instant speed removal. It could have been rough. And that's why I don't love the libation. It just gets the tiniest thing. In this case, there's our only thing, but I don't even know what we want off the top. I guess we want a forest, or we need a white 3 or 2 drop creature. All right, there's a forest. Trouble is we can't just run out the Calyx. We go to 5 loyalty and he just dead. But we can also... I almost like liring the Hierophant here and not play anything this turn. That saves the most life. So we'll do that. And I'm going to do it now. For 4, we'll just over tap, and they'll have the least capability to stop this tap. All right, well, Anax is back, gives us another target here. Decline that. All right, we even found the land we wanted. Now we can intervene for 3, going here, here, and here. It gets them before they can sack with Lampad, and it's a little value of not letting them omen. Hey, Nantuko, thank you for the sub. Look at that, 14 months. Has Nantuko been here since the beginning, or what? Yeah, we do it now because they have sack. It's instant, but we do it now because of the Lampad sack. Anyway, yeah, we'll do that. I think it's worth it. It is close, Remora, but I'm going to do this. Yeah, they get 3 tokens even, but I still feel like it was correct. And then now, ooh, Destiny Spinner plus Warbriar is better than Forerunner, right? We get to kill like the Oracle or the Rider. I guess just the Oracle, but it's still worth it. Not worth it? It'll be, I mean, I think we got to try. Like, we're not going to not try to get out of this. Oh, it's true they can pump the Oracle, but we get to go to a 5, and this only can get to a 4, so it still works. All right, hold. Hold. We had to make him have it there. We weren't going to play around their possible blowout responses. If they have blowout responses, we tip the cap and move on with our lives. Interesting that they sent these 3, but not this one, given that this is a current bounce off. What is this attack is an excellent question. Am I setting myself up? Why did they attack with these and not with this is my big question. Maybe they're afraid of another blessing? Yeah, these can't block, so maybe they're just like, well, we'll get in for damage. Well, I'm going to block. Can't. I mean, that's what... Again, we're not playing around stuff here. We got to hope that our cards are good. Ah, there you go. That's why. Still feel like we have to do this kind of stuff, though. We can't just take. Ugh. That's why I have a rough time with this guy. Sometimes he does work, but it's like, I don't know if Forerunner's even above replacement. Well, okay, that's not a bad draw, because we can at least Favored and Warbriar. Trouble is, Double Strike doesn't do anything on fighting, so we don't actually even have anything we can fight. Oh, we can fight the Bleep. Okay, that's good enough. Good enough. Boy, they keep having everything they need, but we're gonna hold them to it again. Now, we can go to 1 and kill one of these. Then we untap and go Calyx, and if we find a Plains, maybe we can even no, I guess we can't double. We're never gonna cast both of these next turn, but Calyx can effectively kill the Rider. So... no, I think okay, if we block here, we go to 3, and then we're facing 2 of these, and we get rid of the Rider. Or we don't block and we go to 1, and we're facing 1 of these, and we kill the Rider. So 2 of these at 3, or 1 of these at 1 is our choice. And I think I would rather have fewer attackers. If they have something to win with, we can't really play around that. Yeah, we're never going to beat Gary. Oh, you're right, Calyx. Wait, no, doesn't it? It turns into O-ring. Yeah, Calyx kills the Rider. I mean, it didn't matter, but we had the Rider. Unless I don't remember what my Planeswalker did. That's certainly in my range. Let's look at it. We exile a target creature or enchantment we don't control, and then we target one of our enchantments with it. Yeah, it was fine. Anyway, we did what we could there. They got us. Now we're at 2-2 looking for 50-50? Come on, we get at least 50-50. This deck's fine. I didn't par pull it. It's nothing amazing, but I think we can get there. Yeah, so far I haven't seen anything that made me think, oh, if we had just played that Envoy, it would have been better. I'm gonna keep this. All right, we've got Aroas on 3 no matter what. Another Plains gets us Chimera on 4. There's our other Plains. And it doesn't really matter. But since we can cast Daxos if we draw him either way, I'm going to keep it split. I guess we're so heavy on white, we should probably just be playing Plains, but I think the first Forest is fine. Then we focus on Plains as they come. Omen. Nice to have in our arsenal, but we're going to wait till we have Favored before we deploy an Omen. All right, well, we got that one. Sorry, Oppo. Well, right quick, we find our 50-50 minimum. Gotta love a 50-50 minimum. Mike says, see, fast format. Love it. I still can't do it. I just don't think the Envoy does enough. Like, you talk about the Envoy might have been good in the game that we ended up winning where Flyers were good. I don't know whether the Envoy, like, did our 2-2 on the ground do any blocking duty? Because if they did, then maybe it was for the best that we had a 2 early, right? Well, yeah, but I think the Envoy is actively bad too, is my point, East. And the Grove, on average, to me, the Grove Dancer seems less average bad. I'm gonna keep this. Find another planes, we get Wayfarer into a Daxos. Unfortunately, we have both Daxos, but if they kill one, we got the backup Daxos. And no Daxos, but we do have Spider. It does not trigger Wayfarer, though, so we can do it after combat. I like the Envoy when you're synergistic with it, Nantuko. The only thing we're making cheap with it, though, is Warbriar Blessing, and the only synergy we have with Envoy are 2 Warbriar Blessing and the fact that it's an enchantment. But the replacement card we were looking at is an enchantment too. So really, the only thing that Envoy has over Grove Dancer in this deck is flying, and that's it. It's flying. And is flying worth it is the question. I'm gonna say not just gonna chump. I mean, we could get the Arachnid in the graveyard, but that doesn't matter yet. Yeah, Liar is good against that, but so is Blessing it, killing it, and just killing it dead when they don't have anything to do with it yet. Here, though, I'm just gonna go mana inefficient and run out of Daxos. Although we could just do Liar, and the next turn we get Daxos and Blessing. Yeah, I'll be mana efficient. I changed my mind. I do want to do that, Mike, but we're going to do it next turn. We're going to go Daxos, Warbriar. You want Warbriar on the Spider? Why? Oh, just to, so that we bounce off it forever? I was thinking it didn't matter too much. Or that we can Liar it, yeah. Yeah, now we maybe just want to take out this Flummox Cyclops, but it can't block when you send in both, though. But we might be able to race. We're going to gain a lot of life. Look at these options. Yeah, I kind of like Daxos, kill Phoenix, attack with both, and tap down the Flummox Cyclops later. Target you don't control. Gotta get these targets correct. Why not? If we don't send in both, we can't send in anything. It's either both or nothing. Yeah, we could have killed the 4/4. I like our current line, though. We're going to tap it down. But yeah, I like what Mike is saying. We have a 2/5 defender, and as long as we attack with a couple things, it can't block. So it really, we don't need to do anything about the Cyclops now that we have a 2/5. Ding 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 ding. They should really have had the harp play that sound when there's two of them on the battlefield. Well, now we can't attack this turn without sending in Daxos, but maybe that's worth it. Like, we're ahead on the race. If they want to swing in with the Cyclops, that's good for us too. So I'm going to do this. We'll play Favored and send in. We'll do Spinner to Pump when we're attacking with a Favorite of Aroas. Then we do the Spinner to Pump. Now they're probably going to have to Liar the Favored or be really concerned about how much damage it can do in a very short order, which means they're going to use up half their turn mana-wise on the Liar, which is also good for us. I think they're just too pinched on mana here and us too wide a board to recover from this one, but we'll see. Do I like the Wayfarer? Well, we have 11 enchantments, and I think that's about where I want to be with it before I'm happy to play it. I really want to feel like I'm largely playing an enchantment almost every turn before I'm happy with the Wayfarer. We're the Wayfavored. That's great for us too. Oppo deciding that's never blocking again, so time to start attacking with it. Probably just tapping that down and spinning some Destiny. Now we can even... Now, we can't do it all. We could, if we didn't want to tap it down, we could just Wayfarer and then Destiny Spinner. We get 2 Wayfarer triggers, and then we can put both of these above Oracle power anyway. So we don't need to even tap it down. We can just go Wayfarer Spinner, and then we're set up better for next turn anyway. All right, don't hit the Summoning Sick one. Yeah, they need the sweeper. That would get him out of it. There's a rare, the rare 4 damage to everything would certainly reset this board. Even Daxos would die because the thing getting it to 7 would disappear out from under it, and it would become a 2/4 and die. What a boring life. What must be in your head to cause you to spend your time creating fresh Twitch accounts just to go complain about wizards on people's streams? It's so weird. I hope you're still watching, friend. Like, take a deep breath and can just let it go. Let it go. They're just a company trying to make money. Buy it or don't. We don't spend anything here. We're just playing Magic for free, so I don't know what your problem is. They're complaining that Wizards is greedy and doesn't deliver. Like, whatever. They just... and it's okay to have that opinion, too. If you're disappointed with the way Wizards has handled MTG Arena, you are absolutely entitled to that opinion. But creating accounts to go spouting it on random streams is quite bizarre. All right, picked it up. I don't know. I worry that I'm feeding them a little bit now. Like, maybe that what they're trying to do is get me to say stuff like this. Normally, I just ban quietly and move on, and that's what I normally do. But in case that person is listening, I do want to earnestly reach out to you and just say, let it go. You know, do something better with your life. Take all that energy, all that rage you're feeling towards Wizards and disappointment, and just like channel it into art or something. Go make a meal for a friend, you know, like, just, I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish, and I hope I'm not providing it by talking about it, but that's it. I'll be done now. Back in. But certainly, mods, if you see anybody coming in here just to complain about Wizards, they've just made a fresh account to do so. Just snap ban them. Don't even time them out. Just straight up ban. All right, nice. This time we have the Wayfarer into Daxos all set up. Our Mythic Waitin'. As you can, Mama, as you can. No expectations. I'm happy you hang out with as much as you're able. Man, you can even come here and we can talk about Wizards. I don't even mind that. Like, we are allowed to be critical of Wizards, but showing up to do it, yeah. Like, be classy about it, and let's have a discussion. I'm pretty sure it's one person. It's a bunch of fresh accounts, and they all say the same thing. I feel it is one person on a weird mission that they should give up on. Well, that ain't no enchantment, so we can't kill it with this, but we'll get a Glory Bearers down. Maybe have to get it in exile so they can't escape it. Indeed, Mike. Small price, though. Well, all right. Still go... Well, we'll see what they add to this. Man, we had a hot start. They've dismantled it over here. Hey, Hanthor, glad to have you here. We're doing all right. Looks like we're gonna have to play Glory Bearers and then use Glory Bearers as an O-ring. They did not find fourth land. That's good for us. We could go Pegasus, but Pegasus can't be an O-ring for our Calyx, so I'm going to start on the bearers and take 5 more here. Oh wait, we're 4-2 now, right? Sorry, I didn't update the record. This is great. Going for... I'm happy with 4 with this deck. If we can get to 5, even better. If Oppo stays stuck on 3, we have a great chance at that. If they go land play here, it's going to be a battle. If they can't find anything here... Oh! Could still be a battle, looks like. All right. My plan was to drop Calyx, nullify their 1 threat, and get it going. But now we're going to have to offer a Pegasus instead. And we can't offer the bearers because they're our only enchantment right now that currently works with the Calyx O-ring plan. And with them only in 1 card in yard, we at least have some reprieve from an escaped Chimera. I'm going to chump the 4-1 because we take less damage this way, right? 5. If we block here, we take 4 plus 2, 6. We block here, we just take 5. They found 4th land, though, so... Ooh. Well, we have Intervention. We could... Intervention first. Oh, maybe we, Omen. Yeah. New plan, everybody. Omen can be our O-ring. And... that means we can then double chump next turn. I'm wondering if we want to intervene now to get rid of Renata. Because we can pay 4 and get rid of Renata and their scry. No problem, Cardinator. Thanks for hanging. Trade the bearer for the 5/3? Mean this? That's true. We have it all if we just pass, right? Thinking it through, but yes, the 2 things we really want to do are Omen and Heliod's, and they're both instants, so let's just wait. Wow. All right. Well, now we gotta Heliod's, or this gets massive. think we're gonna do this. Might as well do this one, I suppose, right? The only reason to not do it was that we didn't want it to feed their graveyard. But now if they want to send the Chimera, I will actually consider trading the Bearers, but I still think we want to try and untap. I think we got to. We're at 6, so we got to make this trade too. Oh, what a draw. We just got lucky here. I'm going to do it now. They're going to be able to start bringing stuff back, but then we have an Omen to try and catch him on the block. Maybe worried about things that don't exist. So Grove Dancer plus Omen equals successful block, right? And then we have the Omen for Calyx on untap. Bad for us or not a good card? I'm not sure what you are saying, Guru. Triple block is a potential blowout. Sure. Oh, I thought you were saying it was not a good card or something. But we gotta try. We're at 9. Yeah, the other thing is, even if it's a blowout, we have a nice follow, but great, it's not. Therefore, they're going to do one thing here and we get to Calyx it. Wow, is that a second one of those? Did I say one thing? Looks like we now have to... Five-one trample earlier. When? I don't know, Obese. I can't unwind enough to know if that's a sensible line. Is it fine? I guess we have to Calyx, though. And we have to take out...
I am born of Nyx, child of the stars.
Yeah, I don't know how this is fine. We're gonna put one of these under here and chump the other one. And then we want to Pegasus, we draw land, and then we Pegasus and Blessing. So we actually have to do...
My world continues.
This
Return
and
to your
chump.
place, interloper.
We could also just take this if they're not going at Calyx. Are we supposed to just take this because of the lack of going to Calyx? Maybe we're just dead if we do, but there's no 4, right? I think we gotta risk it. I don't think we're dead to that. The only question is, are we going too low on life to be able to survive our next turn? Well, I'm potentially blocking something even bigger next turn. And potentially blessing something. Just so, chat. Just so. And we found our land. Wow, we got all the ones we want. So what do we want? Wow, just straight up 4. Like 4 for 4. Calyx, can you spread it out a little bit? We need to chump until Calyx can take out the 7. So I guess we go with the Omen over anything else. So that we can chump until such a time as we can manage. This will be if we can pull this one off. That goes in the keeper pile because we are only mostly dead.
But your friend here is only mostly dead.
And frankly, winning mostly dead situations is the most fun there is in Magic. That is from the Princess Bride. Oh man, remind me to share something with you Princess Bride fans after this game. Don't let me forget. Daxos. Yeah, Daxos.
Skyward and receive the gifts of the gods.
Oh, sorry, I got excited and screwed up. Now we can't attack. I want to keep my creatures back to threaten blocks, and I have had a vigilance activation that I failed on, so small punt there. No, I couldn't full control and activate the vigilance. If we were okay with not having this blocker, it would have been fine. Yeah, maybe Timnos. I just made a call. Also, this is again it's in the scheme of things, in the scheme of results, it's a minor mistake because if we wrest control of this game, 18 versus 20 is probably not going to matter. The thing that matters more is the 6 life, but even that doesn't matter. Like, we're either going to take this over or we're not. And hold on, it's okay. If they go for Daxos, this is okay, but they probably just go for the flyer. Yeah. Still okay. Still okay. Oh yeah, because it fights. Hey, look, we still got the life gain out of it. That's funny. Yeah, they also really don't have attacks. I mean, they have an attack with a 7/7. They can eat one of our soldiers. Interesting. Well, Daxos dies if we block. We can also chump. We do. Sorry, I'm in a bad Planeswalker spot. I can go to here for now, so you can see our Planeswalker loyalty, since it's important. Looks like they backed off on that plan anyway. I guess they really didn't want to trade the Chimera off, even for Daxos. I suppose I could leave these to not put all of our eggs in one in one omen basket. You know what I'm saying? You think we leave it? Yeah, pips matter too with Daxos. That's fair. Okay, we'll draw. Destiny Spinner is a bit of all right. And we get to... I'm going to go with a plus. We have another chump, and Destiny Spinner can make us a land chump, so we do have time to plus Calyx and actually keep Calyx around instead of just doing one final exile. We whiffed, but I still like the extra loyalty here. Yeah, we're pulling ahead. I'm gonna go with this. And we try and trade here and chump here. And now we're going to leave both of these as O-rings and spread out our risk.
I accept my a punishment befitting of the crime.
I don't know what these cards are. Maybe they're just sandbagging a couple lands, but I'm going to play the trample dude out and attack. We're getting there, chat. Keep whiffing on Calyx. That's because we found 4 at once on that one. All right, we can chain web and activate a land. Yeah, I'm going to chain web. Even if they have like the rare destroy everything, we're happy to have a dead spider at that point. Wow, Guru, this is like, you're talking though you don't like the spinner or something. Spinner's been great for me, even just as a 2/3 enchantment creature for 2 that when I remember stops stuff from being countered. Wow, we did it, chat. What a game. That was an excellent recovery. Turns out planeswalkers are all right. Yes, we are the Kansas City of streams today. Oh yeah, here, let me, oh, too late. I can do it before my head's too far in this game, though. There's this person on Twitch who watches classic movies for the first time ever, and then live tweets their reaction, and it's practically funnier than the original movie. This person's take on Princess Bride. So, go check this out. I was in tears. I was in tears by the end of this. I was laughing so hard at this person's reaction to the Princess Bride. So if you want to relive Princess Bride love, do it through this person's. And now I follow them on Twitter, and I read that they watched what they watch. Oh, they watched Raiders of the Lost Ark recently, and I read that one too, and it was also good. All right, good luck, Panoramic. Sounds like a fine deck. Go Wayfarer to start. Happily trade a Wayfarer for that Viper if we can make that happen. Although I think we just want to take out the Horn Beetle, right? I'm going to take out that Horn Beetle right now. We got to stack things right, but we don't have auto stack on, so this should work. Oh, what? Oh, I have to target now, but it still happens in the right order. Okay, whew. I was like, wait, I thought I did it right. And again, even with the blessing, I think we want to make this offer. We just have better stuff here. Although, we are going to play the Alceid, so maybe we wait and keep this as a... Yeah, this is pretty big. I'm not going to trade anymore. 1-4 is pretty good. We can trade this this off for it instead. They want to race. Well, we can go Bounty, Blessing, fight the Charger. I don't like using all of our removals so early, but they are running low on cards. That's kind of why I like doing this. We get to get in. If they bring this back, we have a surge for it. Spinner for a 2/7. And then if they're not paying attention to the Life's Bounty, we could maybe get them to trade off their Viper for the Bounty. Yeah, we could Liar first. Yeah, I think that's probably right. Maybe I'm just trying to be too aggro when I don't need to. Let's play the Liar, because then even if we don't draw land, next turn we get tap Viper, play Spinner, which is a nice turn. And also this just sets up a lot of aggro. Yeah, that's true. 2/7 just doesn't even do anything on this board yet. In fact, maybe we want to Liar the Scout if we find a land, and then we still have the activation. Did not find the land. So I'm in on Spinner, Pass, Tap Down, Viper. That's what we meet 2/7 right there. That's the 2/7 we're talking about. And do we want to do the double here? I think so. Not finding land anyway. I like taking this and tapping down wherever they put the counters. Let's see. If they put it on the tower, do we care? Because that's the thing. We could play Grove Dancer and still have the ability to tap one of these if that's where they want to put their mana. But also, if counters, if they put 4 counters here and we tap it down, that's brutal. So I think we should... Oh yeah, Triumphant Surge counters is good too. I like it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go ahead and play the Grove Dancer. And now we have a couple of good things that can happen here. Maybe even put it here and just offer. I mean, I would trade this Alseid for their Moss Viper anyway. So I'm going to attack with this and offer trades. I think it's our creature. I'm almost sure. Yeah. The way R&D works now is they don't let you mess with other people's interactions like they used to that way. If they go with a double block, we can consider the blessing. No, I don't want to do the blessing because I specifically want to use... I have plans for this mana. And it's to make them put the counter on the scout or allow us to tap down the place they do put it. Oh, yeah, good. I was hoping they would go for the big boy. Because now we have a thing for our Surge that we can take out. If we can find a land, we can take out this before they get to draw 2. Land drop 1 time, right? All right, Magic Gods. My 1 time for the day. Give us a land off the top, please. All right, the Magic Gods were listening. They probably... maybe this is going to get countered. Or I don't know how green-black would do it, but... Well... Now everything but the lifelinker. No need to trade our lifelinker for this 1/1. Final death while shields are down seems fair, but this Wayfarer did a lot of work for a 1-drop. I mean, it was mainly the blessings that made it sing, but that was great. Now, I can take this action, and if we find mana, we can tap down the Forerunner. And... Right, White Russian? Oh, it just goes and goes and goes. But it's like watching the movie again. It's like if you read that thread, it's like watching the movie again. If you've watched The Princess Bride 7,000 times like I have, you just read that thread and you've watched it 7,001 times. Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Let's decline and use our mana this turn, because we also have Calyx. So we can go Calyx with Blessing up. What about Calyx? Get rid of that. Yeah, we're in great shape.
Gods, foolish mortals have unbalanced our world.
And we'll put this on the one we want least.
My world continues. This will cease your meddling.
But both of these have blessing protection. Yeah, we're gonna protect Calyx and use Blessing, or just trade to do so. Although I don't even think Calyx matters. I think we kind of have this. Oh. Too beautiful, should have sent a poet. That is awesome. Yeah, White Russian. The guy or the Twitter user thinks at first glance that Andre the Giant is CGI. Yeah, this is a weird nod to Olympic gold. I want to speak to that in a second, though, too. Don't need to. Let's just win. I suppose this was mana that they could have used, and maybe that was correct. Just, like, winning seemed okay. So clearly, anyway, I wanted to speak to that choice of that gold, the choice to include gold in this set when it's on no other mechanics in the set and only appeared in the first Theros. You know, it was basically it doesn't say what the gold token does, which is what bugs people. But here's what I predict, and I don't know if anybody's opened this in paper yet. I haven't opened many Theros packs, but here's how I feel R&D probably justified including this weird card that says gold token on it without explaining what a gold token is. The way they do printing now, I bet you that there's a gold token in every pack that card appears in. If in every pack that rare appears in, there's a gold token to go with it, it's fine. Because then in paper, you open the pack, you see them together. You know what the gold token is because you have the actual token there. And in digital, you roll over and see the token. So if they have ensured that every time you open that card, you also get a gold token, then it's fine. If not, I question it strongly. Yeah, you shouldn't have to look it up, though, is my point. So if they don't automatically do that, I'm a little disappointed. Hey, we are at 6 wins. That means you get this. We have achieved profit, right? We're at 6 now. I failed to update my last win, right? So we're at 6 and 2, I think. Oops. Am I wrong? I think we're 6 and 2. Oh, they have the capability. The question is, do they, Chammy? They can make stuff appear together. I mean, we've seen them do it. For example, the battle bond pairs always were together. So you can absolutely do it, but it costs extra. So they have to decide that it's worth it, and I guess they decided not. This isn't amazing, but we're gonna keep. You want to sail away? All right, let's sail away.
Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me, lads.
Daxos and 3 forests. Boo. We could Liar, but there's nothing to tap down yet, and I'm gonna just go ahead and Omen. And then we attack with 1/2s next turn. I'm going to go over here until we have a planeswalker out. Well, I was thinking we would just drop a bearers and attack. We could favored an attack instead, and then our upcoming enchantment plays turn this into an attacker that can get through the wardens. So I'm going to do that. Boo! We're not going to do that. We're going to lose our favored. Oh, too late too. We had the answer to that. Well, I guess not that because it wasn't an inch or it up yet or anything, but would have made it. Still would have countered two power based removal. Well, now we can Glory Bearers or Liar. Let's go with Glory Bearers. Yeah, we could play the Liar, but I'm going to keep playing actual attacker. Things that can attack, and we still get the same attack in. Oh, I should have played the Liar because now I'm going to lose it. That's a great point. I didn't think about Chapter 2 of the Nightmare. That's a little punt there. Yeah, Nightmare has just risen, and that was on me for not thinking that through. But they didn't even take the Liar, which is scary because it means they've got something very big for the Surge. Like, for example, Polly. All right, so maybe we're going to... Like, did they know that was coming, or did they just get lucky? They're just wildly lucky. Oh, no, it was searched. Never mind. It was not wildly lucky. I had to read it. Yeah, they searched it out. I was going to say, that's quite a pull. They know we have the Blessing. So there's something. I guess we just play the Liar, though. We're not dead yet. Only mostly.
Your friend here is only mostly dead.
Yeah, they know about our stuff. The only thing they don't know about is the Chimera at this point. And they knew what they were doing when they pulled this. Yeah, this is a lot. I mean, you're putting a lot of work in to make this happen, but if you've got fetchables like that, I suppose you can do it. I don't think they need to sacrifice anything. Why couldn't you be an enchantment? At least we can get rid of these two, though. Not yet, but eventually. Well, I like at least bringing it down to 5. If we bring it down to a 5, then we can Blessing in response and win the fight. That's if they go after the bearers. Oh, wait. Okay, they're letting... Yeah, we can get to the point where we can Liar it as well. Want some land here, though. Yeah, Liaring it would be great, but then they can fight it to death anyway, so we can never stop it from actually dying. We really need another plains, almost to the point that I'm not going to keep that forest. We need to unlock our hand with another plains, so we're going to bail on all that. Eh. Boo. I guess no matter when we scry, they're gonna follow by fighting with Polukranos. I think we just can't win this without some planes, though, so I think we had to do that. Not looking good for the home team on this one, folks, but what a great day of Magic. We've had some really exciting games, exciting finishes where we came back from the brink to find wins. And now we're losing to some ridiculous bombs, and we're going to tip our cap and be happy that we get to spend a good chunk of our day playing Magic the Gathering together. What a life! If we find a plains off the top, can we find some way through here? I guess we get the spider at that point. We're only at 18. We're at 18. Yeah, we're at 6 and 2. So no matter what, this is going to end the event in the stream. But we're going to try and find some way, some through to find a win. Although I'm very happy on the day with the 6 wins. It's great. No complaints. Get a nice enchantment creature, and then we'll find our plains and wreck some shh. Do we need to untap this now? Probably now need to untap this in case we, in desperation, need to tap something else. Hey, look, we found our bomb, question mark, but doesn't really do anything for us right now, which is why I'm glad we have the liar, so we can at least tap the spider. I've already made peace with our demise here, and if by some miracle we pull this one out too, well, I mean, what a day. It's already a great day, though. Don't know what sequence. I mean, certainly it starts with the plains. All right, so let's start with the plains off the top. Now I think we're probably just done for, even with the plains. I would sack Gary if I were them if they got anything. Why not go get... But that's a great use of it, sacrificing your omens. I'm in. I like what Oppo is doing here. This is a really clever use of this. Something to think about, how the omens interact with the incarnations, because you can get the omen pretty late, or this incarnation, rather. Oh, so it's very build around then. I was thinking it was creatures too, but it is, you're right, it's another enchantment. Hasn't mattered much to our ability to win here. And what can we do? Can we get anything? Let's get Polukranos just to... No, because then they can just bring him back. Anyway. It's all over. We can cry now if you want to get that out of the way too. Furnace. Yeah, it's just build around. I don't think it's necessarily janky. It obviously gets better. It's a better build around the better stuff you have to search for is, but seems fun. Seems powerful. Oh, I did Wang. I just have to use it carefully. It's like the code breakers thing. You know, if you break the enemy's code, you can't just translate and steal every message they make, or they'll know you have the code breaker. I have to be delicate about it. Well, I'm kind of just waiting to die now, which is silly. I should, but I think we are effectively dead quite soon here. Are we just dead now, in fact? Well, what's the most important thing to die? Probably the Warden. What? That ruined our chances in this game. Now we're just dead. Boy, we had it until then, though, huh? Good game, Oppo. Good game. Nice deck. Darn it. So unlucky! All right, everybody. Nice 6 wins here. Solid profit. We're nowhere near 10 packs, so I'm not going to bother opening any right now. Well, actually, we're halfway. That's closer than I thought, to be honest. We found ourselves a wild card chest, and I'm finding myself at the end of our stream. So, hey, look, we pulled it off. We were talking earlier about how to manage our quests if you're going optimal, and we had a 750 on killing creatures, and we completed our 750 and didn't complete our 500. So we get a spin tomorrow and a fresh quest. Looks good. Well, we did. We cycled earlier and came up with another 500. But the good news is by having a 500 to cycle, we get that tomorrow for sure. So we'll do that tomorrow morning. And thank you for those bits there, Nubble. Appreciate that. That was a fun one today. Thanks for everybody for hanging out. I'm going to find a raid target and move along. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And I hope you come back and join me tomorrow for some more action here. We got Jim Davis. We got the lady. How about Lady Lavinius? The lady is drafting. Go cheer her to victory and say hello from this stream, will ya? Bye, YouTube friends. See you, everybody. Catch you tomorrow. Bye.